Ever do 2020 MPP for us? Eh? Because say 2024 like now I say 4.8. Now I 4.2. And as they say so, Chiani Echimu.
Which you be now got some 50 million rats one money bill.
Yeah, some
but as part of the game, politics, Mijidi said, me I'm a regional chairman. He's a strong gentleman, very strong person. Nami aduma ene ewujidi say obenya no fa hodie kakra na afi de to aso no de akoso. But as a political party they say they wonim say I think say we thank you to no the presidential candidate on the party mpanyimfo no o ma be we greater Accra. If my memory serves me right, and say we all the 16 regions. Yakodase abato no said ye call ye no enye sa na ne ye pe no enso so abanesa nti yakodase
okay
nti no meda yankopon so asese omo ko nyina no up and down nyina ne yante ka kwanhia bia during the whole process nti omo bedu asomdue. I think said the whole rebuilding and restructuring process no ekoso parliament I think say share Tuesday no as part of the efforts to do the restructuring. Yesterday, I know this same Kwakoma party, a committee to help in the whole process. You sure say maybe we called July, we called the
Frank Davis committee no.
What was it?
Frank Davis committee no. Okay,
the main the party as a caucus. So yesterday, I know this same on our position.
Okay.
On some of the issues no. Okay. To me, sure say by July, the call. Congress was saying no not say no matter to year and then we take it from there.
Enfan say July the mama kan mo beko. Endu July then before na kan.
Intimidation I mean once you are a political animal they be me so no pa me catch my wife say me kwa adwuma wonte about 8 na wonte me nka onhwe me chia kwan. It can happen. I mean, we're a politician. These things sometimes happen. But strength best stress bibia abine be and go through the due process. Na enkofa say what should that now intimidate people. The course it cannot sabe cow us into silence. Because we criticize it, but we will do so constructively.
Kwampoku CID na ka so no de enhunhura no.
Me anu Kwampoku.
Kwampoku
CID. Me di papa o me nua no.
Ons me nua pa no.
Kwampoku me nua papa.
Me nua pa no.
De sine ni so bia no.
Ebebam.
Onim se efie.
Kwampoku se nya ono a me ka pass e ko ma me ye wo me ha me. Nya Kwampoku anka ne ma nkodi ahenkan ye kurum ho. Nya me nti. Nya me de odo ho to no so asa o. Bibia e kama. O chechire ni mapa. Benjamin Ochre Ankra Dokuta Asemuni ho Mache.
I believe in one holy
Catholic and Apostolic Church. Communion of saints, forgiveness of sins, and life everlasting to come. Amen.
If you ever go there, yo, anope yedanyamiasi. The biara da yesua de afoforo. Na be bosumi ni na abrantie bi efren Dr. Okoboy ene ne be hia na oka asem na atomi trim papa se emfa ho ne hereditary niama obetumi anya efi wabusua ne wasefo emfa ho ne o lifestyle ne mum bibia betumi ato se onipa obi ono asua medicine no se china emfa ho ne nia waye ne nia wonye bi bubet yare bi betumi abo prekope a wonim ho hwe a untumi nya ho hwe ti sade chi na osore na sa ne ma nyina ebi nto a yesese utumi kan ne se Ebeneza enyame ene ye di niye eti yedayame ase anopai wanya agi atata di abahe he Ghana fo me amini akwa me na danka wa se pem na ebe yini pa miensa se ye metra me kasa e adum bi keke na ora bo o ye guy o And I'm going to no Kumasi Airport. I say, hey, no one does have honorable swagger.
Swagger suka rasta no.
Yeah, honorable swagger rasta chese.
BBB.
Or no, or a brandy ankasa. Edemiasi, Eja. See you soon who cry, Jai him. Inti. Life goes on.
I say from there, it didn't want a motor to me. I have a buy it didn't want a motor to Chairman General Betna Rasta. Doctor said the swag account.
That's it. Oh, yeah. Oh, said Nipa Ankasa. Ubedu baby. Now, yes, I said, why you be Cassia Biao? Send our new Nipa Bessere, only Nipa and Kita Hundie. How I will see a receiving Nipano, and Emma Sabi be a Nipa news by Joe. My count her for how many times God knows. Say Honorable Simon or say Mensa. At his level, I jam me Pejano could do ye. Na papa ne human relations. He may be whatever, I don't care. But menen and term dear. Menin say me jina be bondi monia, my brain me. Yeah, he's a good man.
On the so behind offers you.
He's a good man. Now, only our born in lawyer CID. On also need no grokra. How I wish he said, Kayina, you be not only in politics. Baby, our year Juma, baby, I mean, Juma. Say, a crime benny a fast way in any pantem at the same. Obi to make a pension. Na baby o ye adwuma no sa ko back kra wan hwe o ba obi akra anchia ana o che obi anyeso nche esua de ensua na ye hwe na say clerk of parliament bi wi hwe nipa dodo bo ni chidom ne nsema na ye ka obi e de mirika sebi atamis free me what say obi ebo ni dimbo ne da ti yenja dimpa e ya de papa
me da se honorable Rasta
Chairman
Ukoya na uko constituency na unua honorable John na pobeka say container na wakasa ho akasa na wahunti jakasa wakoma to yem
Hey nana ya gezi
oh my debut
question your muscle sa no dey ashu say tu
na continue party
yo mama nche wetifo ahwefo so nya doctor hu wache me akwa me ba haso ache kakra ntino enyanwa bayam 30 na me da was so for the kind words nye de bia na unya this kind of motivational ntino me da sepa nya me show na menu e kase o see me akase menu a John Jinapo enokre John na me no finance committee ansana o movie akọ baby awedre tino oyobi am obu kese ma na papa container asemi see the frame of radio so as I catch and then say minia expect our support because
honorable pato mami ntwa kaka prof abede mami mana akwa bansa na o ato as na say
no problem
headmaster bad any na
session leader ni class teacher
headmaster but bibia be prof
oyene
pacho maji
yajo
na wapum
apom de nkeye
nyame adom de aka no so be so
ayo
ebeba
on tankan wa kan de
nyame ho ya da se anope bro
yo me so me damas
yo honorable pacho to so
me started communication or a radio TV I mean share the first time ba me share me do feel am wife afraid communication where we afraid na me who say
what do university
afraid na me who say oh yeah afraid
only open at
table one edim commode na say afraid na me who say me
you are not a children you are not a children cry
it's not a children lying down
that's why they're sitting down we don't sitting down
of course I'm not too sure say we do what on far bibi free in somewhere ya wataka and you know
and I onsuya bibi so mfe
oh of course
the me ya ne send school fees na muntua
mas e bahana o church ne kwan a ye ma menom adentina nansen utimi ko adamfo bi ho na aduane ne fie but ye ma menom anytime bia obedu fie bia they have a way of and even at my age because na me ma me a owura inside na How they do it, no? No, church the way not the communal living at the time na omunye no. And yes, I net here and say. I said one of question was I did you know call me. Why don't one friend go answer back? You know, it's you see no be brief open your home.
Madam Ase.
That's it. It container say me by me Ghana ni bia wo say ya o yembe show. It's as a container say be say mobile phone. Akosi port na yes 1137 ayra. And Oshaya minister afi no on national security for nam na camera di nachi. It's me kai say a frame or radio so catch and so ye minority there. Ya ka say ye destructive minority. Especially me ana me ye adwuma ministry I think the last 6 months ansa na ye be free abem no. Ne hinya me pa. Is an say container ayra dia ba ko be say $500,000. It is a 1,137 a year, and that is almost 500 million. And it's a bit abang actually. So I was very, very concerned about it. I will be a friend of radio, so I'm Miss Minia, Michiano baby, I'm Minia. I want us to get to the bottom of this matter. But now me would GDO me must contain a sabe and to set mobile phone so that kind. So I was confident say a denya you bit me Tracy. You be who be a containers no. Who never done a political angle, phenomark near channel. Honorable board chairman, Napo, all kinds of things were said about containers. I say, I buy a chair, and then peniophobia, your Canada ECG officials, and our time containers, no, and Akoton. That was the narrative. Obeka, yes, Kochi, because we keep Kuskwanso, it's containers, call India phobia, manufacturing companies, behold, echo, yeah, no, my baby. So everybody was worried. Mekai Dubik Mahama, the former managing director, no. Me interview back or say the containers cannot be missing. It's a container be do porter. A quite a fast so cry and son a free port hono. Paperwork, paper trail no. So difficult say ubit me beat all that system and get the containers out. It one they know a very confident say containers nenyerai. Na yehwehwe year you be na containers no be 2,491. You say uncleared. You see ECG for na dia ba and I ain't clear. After Monday, sorry, anopa you do parliament daily graphic. Tuesday anopa no. Daily graphic report na say containers na you see aira wo port no. After do mo ko share port ho no ano. O ma sa ko hunu containers 2,637 at the same port. Which is twice the number of the containers I say aira every port ho na akọ baby no. After the yakun twice the number e wo port ho. Now got my porter, you with different terminals. Let us call terminal way ebisi ha, call terminal way ebisi ha. Me as an individual, said na many disa container missing containers here chino. Initially na many aje because at least we found the property of the government. And said na no. But it raises questions about the audit na committee na minister let's say the thorough nature of the first audit. Enunti the narrative never talk about things say containers net 2 afasoro in containers marku 1,137 etuaira yenhunu. I think say gradually we are coming to a certain agreement. Said the narrative na etia wa abonten no omo ankasa based on omo communication from the same ministry of energy omo communication director and some of the two dwane kire say said the ye kasa containers ayira any ade no e bia na entesa e bi kura ayira ya na nye sa figures na omo bobo no a Ghana fo nyina obi a eyem hyehye no based on omo narrative from their brain kire say omako akohunu 2,670 2,637 containers with the same port. Interestingly, the omako huni any different port o omanko hunu wo obi warehouse omanko abontia nko hunu is the same tema port based on omo ankasa or omo narrative. Eti ubeka ye press conference me kwani lead on the floor minority is as a member of the energy committee of parliament because minister no about parliament abemayen the initial figures no ni yesterday say on samra based on this latest information omodia brain no abemayen the latest update on this particular missing containers. Me who say me chairman of the committee I trigger some nyome bi e we platform so say obey inviting minister no, at least to meet the committee no briefing my the exact current information on this missing containers. Now the end as a Ghanaian they say number one sebe containers na near kasa 1,000 something naira no, it's becoming quite clear. We share daily graphic headline almost say we have retrieved uka so be retrieve and me dey say prof ha uko retrieve there na just ayira and wako hwehwe ne wako hu. But as it stands now no there it's not been retrieved, it's been found. Na hwe na ni ahwehwe ne yie and afei de yako hu baby asebe ewo ti many age ma hu say chief of staff so I institute committee be instructions be about say afei de omkoye inventory and omunya evacuation and fan call a certain warehouse. I was hoping say nkasa nyoma we nyina kiese ye ne dada ansa na ye de petu edwa se containers ayira ma ye nyina ye yem hyehye ye sabe we your former deputy minister na ye ka se containers under your watch ayira ya shem shekaka minya calls baby we no be afraid hey honorable the two containers am go for buy 1,000 something ayira o na unim hu de nam so me ankasa de minim hu hwe na mum in full support of a full-scale investigation, knowing very well say container sabi enye mobile phone na obetumi dia share bottom. So now we are happy. Say omo ankasa asahaba e ba be kasa containers say de na omo kanu no enye sanity. Kadna. So I'm happy. Many aje pa say omo say de me hu so enye say SY government no go for bi e could navigate to steal the containers. Omo akọ round akọ say even double the figure no mo kan omo sa akọ hu a. E da nyame ase. Ya hoping say. Ba me
ho na menti ase say. Minister nankasa be ka kire ye say containers no. 1,300
1,137.
137 ena ayira.
Yes.
Okay. Ena ye ko che ba ko ye say ache ba ko Lebanese o se wan ho abi kuta bi.
That's right.
Ba ko otakorade.
Yes.
Kunya ba ko Cape Coast kwam. E kire ye say kunya ba ko ayedu ase kumase. Eno ye hwehwe mu na ye say o da bi en de ECG subcontractor bi dia enye no a. Yemfa mra. Afa wi ase minister na o ka say 1,137 ayira no. Also 2,632.
Ewo port.
Enti container no first of all minister na onim ne do.
Well, and question I will say there a difficult question for me to answer. But the enemy say officially about floor of parliament. Obekache say ECG for man so say almost 2,491 containers at the port uncleared. 2,491 containers uncleared.
And I study who 2,400.
It is this figure a trigger no man can say akoye audit of that figure. Don't forget say hand over notes in the I think say it was about 3,000. He says 2,491 to akoye audit. It was this committee no audit of this 2,491. And on Bekachre say 2,491 am ka say uncleared na port no. Ye call ye no. The yakohunu 1,357. Not just a 1,134 no ayra. And that was the narrative. I don't know ma TV is no nam no of baby as wakwachi we this new development no and me sometimes my head more ministry there and prof I'm sure say ye nyina head institutions that sometimes some of the information obenya a free or subordinates and now unkofa no mu ye adwuma no and the bema minister because minister me sure say wan ko or set up committee say mun ko ye adwuma mreme and a committee they report no ebre no and the man no that a say on so back out acquire that narration say ayra you know it you know ahwe na as a minister and I say any other ABM say said be some of the informations on sabeka no one way later on now on sakosi from said ye it becoming very clear say said ye page semono you know and wawunim oko social media graphic papers mu na eboho 1,137 containers missing. No my calculation say ba ko $500,000 per container. No man multiplying by the 1,000. Let us say almost $500 million. No ashe ayira ye Tracy. And the minister was like make sure say everybody involved in this will be brought to book. We were happy about it because criminality I don't think say as a minority no you support it. But the new development let's say maybe the information minister no from the beginning, was not thorough enough. It was not. Clearly, it cannot be said, say, the minister was well briefed on the issues because untimi inquire audit of containers or ports. The same ports. Now my different information. Then subsequently, 2 months after, was said the near say I ran cry, you couldn't be brave cry ECG for their war. Maybe we should be careful how we couch the message out there. So the bear I said now we paint the SY government and black so many man manage process ni. It turns out that is not the case.
Mate. Doc.
Yes, sir. And now I same nifie. Neo hone say yanka ono abo akan ya ono sopo na oye deputy minister or ministry ho. Eba me ka o studio ha say even the IT system a wo port no container bi apia ye wo ba bi a defa nti ye behu say on each day say nyame ya dom ye si a ye nyina akọ digital nti nka be din say containers over 1000 etumi pie me ka ha say susuan pa say the pie dia na organized crime and nipa pie na ka mo bom say won be wia because port on your police your customs your national security na port na nkasa so na security omunyina various layers ni nyina wo ho na containers nkwa over 1000 ira na say bibi ekochi makakra enti minister so obedi hu juma ya ha si o ya chibi akokra ti say na company bi omo o ha ECG cables omo nane meboa omo kan
I'm say kuse ho be
yes omo nane omo de yard from the scraps ni ade me de me bisa o susu ampa say na ye 2400 o say na ye 3000 o say 2600 nia omko hu ye no eno ka we hu anan ka ho again you say na 1003 na ira 1003 no na bia ye hu o say misplaced and I'm missing atoda bia na nsonso na ewom na ade no ye nim ba bi e wo enso so ye different from say ye wia e bia na ho na containers no kra sania aya eba o mo hihye no etumi nyira sa vessel bia na ba bia ya hihye no custom officers no o mo ye adwuma na say okura paper na onim say me ko ha na me hu obekọ so na ejina ho ma ya ka adwuma pe nti omo go bia o container so omo ne ma omo check ya e be si yenyi we si form e be ba na ye wo de na enti ekoba ne say hwe ya nhwe ye ne ma politics di anim kan ya be say ne ma pi say wo man mu na obi dada president say ekwan bi water region ho ba bi o ya si awie ma president kan state of the nation's address e ba ne say ekwan na ye nye enti minister ono with experience or say yen share information I the man no yen cross check it etada na nipa na oben no nia wo pesa wote na wo kan kire wo nya nia no kra e wo enti say susu ampa enye no kra when na the information buy say de na yira ye go so hwehwe ye hu bi ni aka na be koso hwehwe at what point ye hu say containers or anyenya bia ni wo no ye different from ni yira ye na ye hear more information ebi mpo a sa 2637 ebi ano see a different consignment nti yanko records say ECG na na kraba ya ye behu say agent na krama ECG so a eno so ye behu say wa kra containers 4000 and say records so e ba na ye say na akase say eno na ne ka say ayira ne yakohu so dia then there's also a difficulty because na akobro ne say ayira no so unless say ne ye hu no different from na ayira ye no na we nyina enye difficult to find a very young auditor kra betumi hu say ade no say ne buy e buy ne yi sen akasen e wo port no so obi na hwe so ECG for containers na 4000 or ya yi 200 akasen ne aka no kwakire e bebi esi ye hu a port for na nkasa say ye no mo wasem ka enti say ye no kra say ye no kra ye mum de sometimes or say ye audit no me enkan sem no tra keke we 500 ayira 1000 ayira yakohu bi anka ye ne ya say bia say ne ya no even if we don't trust or the auditor general yama independent audit firm enkoye no mo fa report mra ye be hu this is susu ampa this is what happened ankoba ne sa na we twi ha emfa ayi bia mra o ma no se enyira ye ne yesi ayira e be ma manu he emwa na yira ye so a na se ya hwehwe bebi e wa ya hwehwe nya se ye no so ye be kata so se ade ne yira ba de empese ye be ye hu dede nti e no so obi anya din so onim se enche ye te ye se o ye ko containers mako 12 ana dollars ayemu ma na Bank of Ghana dollars ne kura e be do containers 12 Bank of Ghana now no hwe yin ezika so dollars e be do 12 containers batemu ba kwa yira eno so ye kan ya hwete sam asem na no ansa say ye kwa na akotan bibia atum na ye gya ho na ye ko o ya si achi cocaine bi o say wi e wo takrade kwan so eno so e ho asem kosi say tell bi amome yenye a bit follow ups ni yen hwe say ya meti bibia kekese no ye fa we nkotum na ye akotum dabi ya hwehwe nsem nimu ye na service o man no dan say kania ebon ni pre say transformer say cable say den e be ma kania na gina na obi say ono the different penti ono be say okofa o man na japade na ode okoton no ode nya ne ho a ye ne e bebre because obi aye ni tomato stew a odi ni 3 days o kania ni ho na say tomato stew no be say ya ono so wadi ni nya wadi na bro enti minister yesre say o say o be audit o mo nya ni yie na eba so a na ewum bia wo mie hu me ade ba akopɛ na hia me ne o ma hui na eka ne yera ya no hu ana se different eno pɛ na hia me ana oye
mate prof
oyene
papa
osenga mranti akasa wie de
headmaster wa headmaster wa
na yo
papa
amayam se atore bia ya na agro we ni so sabiemu nema bi o ho anka eni se yete se ye kakra onum se tetepa na atwere ne ade enye hini sa na panim fo kan ebro omu bu nkonta bia oyi ebro we to ha we we ato nti owie no kan ebro na omoye na ebia gina omo base se base dua base 10 we so ye you do the o ha say omu yi no ha so a okai num a waso scan ya hedu samama fo ya omu bu petrol ene kresi omu yi abo
bu angalo
no the boba ato and owie no okai abo na ohun gallon dodo a na mo mesa o ma wani koso gozo anha obeyi bo be mienu omu kra omu ntwere no omu timu dodo omu bu enti say yan ye tre sei na yesa de good computer so na ye huna na ne ko ya na ye ba ya ma ade na mo se friend politics no eto bi asebia mu sebia mpredua na afra ye ni enti ye so asem no a party mienu nyina omse ayi krafo ba ho ahi krafo bia ne ba no ne ho ahi kra na o twinti no o de ne ho abufuo ne ho ahia akosa ne ba di party mienu gise obi ante se asem ketwa bi efa we ho di osuan wo ma hwene bo obeka sate se dia wo o kasa kro obi ante na penfo se sebia mu sebia mpredua de ota wo suan wasa o chiachia no pa o ma unhuna sada santisa ye nyina betra me de me kan se enya panie container enya panie na wa kan se nya se mienu o nya miensa apem ne atiri
na panie kra po fu di jo boto me be wo nti wo be
enti den na we ye anajo ma nasem se be kan se you container apem ne atiri ayira chese omo ho nyina obia daya se na dro ne ahu agu na ni so ba kokra ni amo no pre amo hu se container bia betwa
prof mare mfise motia o ho
motia o dim container o man yira pare no no se motia so no ho ni se obri konfa no chenom kra da so tiase a e go mbetimi akoma ma container apem ne akyire ayera a obi ahu ne wo mo ne se emframa odi huhu pade a onya onhunu so mo se emframa bohu a emfa pane o ana ne refi se sanketenketo abi o hono obo no bubu dan na obubu nua wia onum se waye bibia ma pane da ho eti bibi bana eye politics afenu ya na dia ya say sebiem predu say nipa omo parties ahoro mu nyina do na akosku o enyi se obi wo parliament oye JHS BC the highest qualification honorable BC Debbie do na ko akọ university says gro mo ho no so omo ye courses ka ho ebinum kura masters sabiansa
bi mo ye lawyers ebi
kura PhD professor for kura ho wo man ye logic
and reasoning
wo nim say nya niam nyina na ye boni nyina bum say oh say wait to say dia ne ni nuanum nyina atesa e dey logic no na ana meka say oma party ni didi wo mu dodo na say wan hwe yi a mama
papa
say wan hwe yi a sabe wan hwe a party bejimi o yes wan hwe yi na wan hwe ni yi pa sabe kronto party no bejimi o
Teno san party abrabo be ma oni nyansa ntemu atwen ho
abaza hani yene papa no nem se ba bia wa pa ye yene ani ye yendi o
yendi
no say ai abaza hani yene anti sanka we kaye medru ha but ekura was ma council menwe sade na say ayira nyame adom ye hu kwayen fa so hunu ye ba ko na kwayen fa so yira nso ya de foforo kwayen fa so yira ene kwayen ya fa so hunu esipayo na se betra o mamu na se na ye kono de a na ya ha drink kakra se atro bia nanka enwansena ni fie o akofa hwere ba na otutwagu a wa no akofa enwansena na ba no man ma ye hey ebasa nkofo akodwuma akra enya dwuma wate ne abaya si container apem ne akira yira ombedi hu nkoma na adwuma eninti ofrifie ba ya okoye na adwuma no da ho eti se minister no so afọ no se obetem nkofo na o masa ahwehwe mu ya sasa na masa work
chief of staff order for audit audit on the inventory audit you know they're trying
na sani ho ansa na ye hu se bia yera no
point I me make here no say enka no bar before
yes
this enka bebo ayi nyina it's as
ke bia ye nru ha ke bi so aye be hu ba bia sa de wa yera no na nim ba bia ya ote ho
ba ya de na ya ne say minister no shake ku bi so mkoye adwuma ti minister na sema no wo ka no ye report na ku no the brain no committee in the brain and that is where the problem is
best just some me good nipa bia ho fi students are na new omo 20 years back no be all parliament say no just our students na no new sabre it is say ope wadwuma yi a na ya bibia o de be show bi nse bia bochire na hunu se skakura ye kan se to be anso an abroso ti so me the 1000 na man no buy ahwe ya bedru na abroso ananto na o transit da bia na wadwen so oh the crofwe ene do me de ma wo do me de buy ye pepepe na wa hwemu kakra anti na se obi a unya daje ade kra wa twere ama wo no a uje secretary disadia ebi o ha so ani frem ebi ana dot bi amfa ansi baby na koye el enti de adure de ya da nyame ase say I aden akora na so onko fikyire ko abo bi beka no wakɔ hɔ wa abo na ka no ne ho ahinti umfa duro ntam ya de duro betam na yemhwɛ yɛkɔ anim no uni akro bia uda dwuma bi ano no bɔnneɛma bi akyi hwehwɛ nneɛma bi ansa na waba abɛka code modern bi ɔsɛ dem 20 duro and sign ru hɔ baabi a wasɛe obi akoduro watoa obi sɛ ɔte sɛ sɛ ba sɛ ɛnyɛ nokora wɔyɛ dɛ na nipa a ɔmote nipa no ho asɛm no ɔbɛyɛ dɛ code modern bi ɔno kora de ɔte sɛ ɔsɛ ɛte sɛ watutu akokɔ ntakra na mframa baguo nti ebi abɔ afa ha takra nkora baako akora bi abum de nu nasum nti o sa atase ntakra ne nyinaa na o de abesisi akokɔ no ho a obɛda kora hu sɛ we na ɛyɛ na taaso benkum so ana nifa so nti yɛ sɛn nipa a yɛ nto yɛ bo ase kakra na sɛbe kwasea no ɔsɛ yɛ deme yɔnko yɛ neme ɛnɛ die bi a wo ukura de bia nti wo hu saa ɛkyena bi na from so nte hoda na manosi
benso so mano SC. Come watch UEFA Champions League finals this Saturday with Kwampoku CID on a giant screen, Bantama High Street. Kwampoku osako yen some money no. Pro what fast no.
Wa beka wa hada.
O koyen some money no.
Osin gofo bi onom na hwe ball.
Ah, nti. Eju nim de oye.
Osa bobi.
Ono omobo, e no ono omo san hwe. Ti memenda we UEFA Champions League, ose Bantama High Street. Ne cruise no wo nti wakope high fence screen kese ni bi. To om de kosi High Street ho. No obia ba behwe bi. Na owi osade won atato say me any honorable rasta ya mehwe bia obaba beto ye hamande
umfrin ka
emehwe Champions League ni bi na ya ma oni ye wasem man
beba
ti
amboku matia sembio na ba me hu se no kra na se no kra
eno nya abotre eno nya abotraza e ho asem beba kwa ho etu de nya ho abotre na time no ba so e ho asem beba
o de ne be breme
me de ne beba maybe just maybe the containers are mobile phones. The so-called fake doctor's appointment was revoked yesterday too, so that one too is another issue. And also so beba mami abadam full nana ya kese Dr. Benjamin Ochankra is absolutely right. The disappearance of over 3,000 containers or the Biaka home is not just alarming, it is mind-boggling. While it is a relief that the government has finally located them, this incident exposes serious lapses in our port and customs services. We must ensure such a massive oversight never happens again. The authorities must strengthen monitoring, enforcement, and accountability and implementation technology. And that must be driven by technology at the ports for any future occurrence. Public trust depends on it. Musa Abatwa, another way, Efri Kumasi, Ebaye. Chefman Osei, Edway Free Atunsu. The Mahama government can use state security to intimidate and prosecute the opposition, but the NDC will never remain in power forever. Dumso is killing businesses and Galamsey is destroying our water bodies. The government doesn't care. Austerity will be the best judge. Resetting indeed. Regards to all media patriots. Now, Honorable Asari Joe says, Nana Okese, remember I have told you before that if you lie your way to government, things like this will expose you. We are jokers as Ghanaians. Honorable John Jinapo should have resigned by now in any serious jurisdiction. Okay. Honorable Rasa.
Senior.
Me name other issue. Isa Dr. Idi Anka. What did you ane efa? Yetiko ashe enu.
It's just an embarrassment to.
What did you ane efa yetiko abe enu? Ono dey wo. And any other issue person can want.
Sometimes they are not a difficult. You're president, and you be quite shame on no be a boards in the doors.
Yeah.
It be quite the president himself. Because normally where you jama
ministers,
the chief of staff, the group of people, president ain't mean to say, or review CVs of all board members. You know, in as much as I be MPP, you know, sometimes no, you give the president some due. I weigh me for as a person say, or no, why. But a Jumano or the show being sad. But you see, the difficulty is that ultimately, no, or no, because I don't know, I want a letterhead, the presidency. But no, Chrome say, okay, as a president, and go review all CVs of all board members of all state institutions. It is not possible. It's more president, and your regime said you may have Monsano. When I say, this is a total embarrassment to the presidency. It's total embarrassment. Mamma CV no crack courses also or you know. As at the time also not you go and cry the courses were not even being offered. Tourism the men near
or vision or who said that course on the beba. To know
and sana a prof
professor.
What kind of embarrassment is this? And now go to national health insurance. A jumeku a share ya pomudin such a sensitive area. And you see now go to baby I said you don't really need a EBA. This is a technical area, health insurance. No more good president anymore say. Complete embarrassment. And the funny thing is also the dates even on the letters. Time I hear so in not the revocation letter na badada. Oh, Miss Anon copy no. His appointment was on the 19th. Revocation was on the 23rd or so. Swearing in was on the 26th or 27th. A friend of mine said, health ministry in trying to rationalize, you know, almost so more yet swearing in not lady in her. I mean, it's so embarrassing. The woman is a complete fraud. Ni CV no or your medical doctor. I'm just hoping so one go for pan.
Sure, obey.
And the funny thing is that our medical program on TV show. She is hosting a medical program on TV.
Time with doctor.
Yes.
Maybe a herbal doctor.
Herbal doctor, baby.
But I said,
also for John Hopkins University, just by sending a simple mail, you know whether you are part of the class of year now. So how did the people around the president this kind of background checks? I could do baby or minister. Me papa wo me kroma mo akon. If you just kwabre enough. Me won sana papa friend me. Also we am say so sinkophobia friend no. No so we fu almost omo ba. Na e dey asem na so minim. You know the national security apparatus no. Just doing my background check no. Omo koya ko me papa ho. E we fuom to find out say CV na media ban whether indeed a sanity maybe parliament structure is different because parliament there even the appointment committee ever trot to the CID police for a background check into AB and parliament system is different but in this case once a few presidency at least the people are around the president okay so we hear this check and can you know baby a complete embarrassment now I said American president only why lonely.
No, I am mobile.
Why you lonely? It's a why mobile. Nothing about free. Now a year me case money. Then I meet it to one thing. Oh, now I say it's on my letterhead. What sign on my behalf? Because all board appointments are done virtually by the president. Papa, you are more than replacing me. Papa, me friend CV. It will be Busa saying, Papa, where were and the major uncle for lady way. What checks did you do? Ghana Medical and Dental Association Edis Onino. John Hopkins was on the and Kakrada. University courses also a legon, you know. Sometimes grab professor, no course of grammar offer. How on earth? And you see the danger they say you be and a trigger this kind of investigations. This woman would have been spearheading policy for national health. For the whole Ghana. Mommy, when they be decided, so hospital, young card near this woman was going to decide for us.
When
That is how dangerous it is.
When you
Open the county. That is how dangerous it is.
when
Ebi Abanabaso said they took swift action. But you see, baby, Adrian, yes, swift action.
Yeah.
And can you see a do okra? We shouldn't have gotten to a situation where so being a preke, we are talking national security, all the state apparatus. Just a simple email. Obi a medical doctor, Ghana Dental Association. And no one was sending a mail to them. Oh, mo roll call, no patron check say a deal. Membership. It's a very simple process. Opening me copy a maybe a mayor CV. They were telling me that masters. Person be masters law, be legal energy law. Me am call legal no cry. They are still requesting. Some men go back to the registry. Men go
transcript.
Me what transcript to almost see they want the authenticated ones. They originally
certified true copy.
Absolutely.
Okay, and the stamp basis.
Absolutely. The same legal. I mean, call you know. I mean, call the same another department in legal no. Legal almost say.
So we can no. Wa brabo wa bese no.
Yes.
I say it to me.
Almost say this. One the same campus. They say I should go back to the registry. Get a true certified copy of my transcripts. Get a true certified copy of my certificate. And so another department in the same university to gain admission in the same university.
Yes, you.
Even in the same university, checks and balances are omodiato. Now I can say the whole government machinery. Where there a embarrassment. Me first of all, yes, me that balance say we're taking action. At least she say credit me say we don't have people like that. This is clear fraud. Elsewhere by this time, your friend over police station.
But Yanchino.
Yanchino.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, Yanchino. We don't have any report to that effect. Yanchino. And me the fear and they say we should send a signal, say Abang, say on your background check of all the board members. At the SC, it's an indication, say said the presidency a trigger some investigation to the backgrounds of all other board members. I'm not exonerating Mema Bang. We didn't do that. But Weno is setting a tone, say the appointments. And we all the appointments are your institutional representation, any different. And the medical association for the Omudi Paba. But the prerogative of the president in the Babano, on a party apparatus near there. But you see, yes,
I want to him for course near so for course near Jumano.
And any problem. But your board be a while. And now for course. Your pomudin dear. And yes, a Obia Fro say we were a party by Fanishim. Where you kind of pomudin. It's different when there's any other board be a ultimate say it's not as sensitive as health. Oh, it's not as sensitive as health. Your board be why you don't need to necessarily be a master's degree holder. ABR with your experience in business, crown, you tell me don't talk a certain board be will trade. One call anchor masters in trade. Then mum, what's number so can ye juma the practical thing unim, and so you can be put there what do practical knowledge be board no. That is different. Now, Pomudia someday, Obi Oba betre draw benum, why me and to draw we ma, abaya take away. And easy, sir. And you know, it's an embarrassment. And you know, where you fan to they say ye in a free, but it should trigger a more thorough background checks of all other board members. So that yenko egu ye hu ani ma say. The next year, I'm person come answer na makoye embassy. Yenia okujeto ablakwa. Hey, Kana. And I'm going to come with him. Now, me tie my Facebook page. Can't na pajo. Tie me why. Besa me kind. In a black one. Sam. Opening. Pajo. Okujeto.
Opening the only the academy. Abraham Papa Dias say, "Oh, go cast my channel on person beti." Oh, viewer. Olma, Ebi no penny aye.
Wait a minute.
Our penny was
3 days ago. With the firm support of President Mahama, I don't want to come in.
on a hell den.
On the hammer. with the firm support of President Mahama. What it means is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. First paragraph, I have carried out the following drastic and decisive actions.
Okay.
See, bro, no. Drastic. Or no one said the why no. Drastic and decisive actions. Following the damning findings of a special audit team I put together a couple of months ago to investigate alleged corrupt practices at Ghana's embassy in Washington, D.C. The immediate dismissal of Mr. Fred Kwarteng. And what Fred Kwarteng and all Ministry of Foreign Affairs staff posted to the Washington embassy have been recalled home with immediate effect. The embassy's IT department has been promptly dissolved. All locally recruited staff at the embassy have been suspended. The Ghana's embassy in Washington, D.C. shall be closed. Or the way Facebook, all closing on the Facebook. And now, 2 days ago, announcing for the reopening. Only be signing the public relations of the foreign affairs. Announcing for the reopening of the letterhead. So when he was announcing the closure on one to the Facebook page, I mean, just say me say a minister on his social media handle can close down an embassy.
I feel they want to be. One TV that not they want to be. And prof, so TV.
There's always a first.
There's always a first. And then they want to be.
Prof, or the senior diplomat. Hey, prof.
Nasa also one TV that. And they say that they want to be.
Now, move on his social media handle. Minister, no. Any letterhead so not on the Foreign Affairs Ministry's letterhead or no on the personal handle or my closest or my palm all the staff at the embassy. Now, I'm trying to choose my words carefully.
And say, yeah, bonjour, a crown.
Hey, to me, open it as a mo, or say to me. Okasemi is here. Ninkaso. Emre. Yeninkaso.
Said no be or one son over. And to watch you so be baba.
And I'll do Facebook page. I'll promote all the staff at the ministry, at the embassy. Actually, will be a what? Now, if you're by the European, the foreign affairs, someone found to letterhead. So, and I did some number. You are investigating an alleged fraud with regards to one particular person.
What you read, you know, and just investigate or see or my investigate and just an kind. And then I say to na can let any.
Na letter no can. It is in respect of an IT guy there and no maybe oye. Not the entire staff.
And I saw also a committee. Yes, that can let any.
And a committee they say yampa mo bia.
Can let any be.
Oh.
There be can let any be. No, just to understand idea no. One person me tell the one cause how can. Was it then?
Or say. Me come wait here ni.
With the firm support of President Mahama.
And when you come in.
And the Makamo.
Mr. Oh, I don't know, Mr. Mahama.
The person beche hood.
Na say the oye nyam Mr. Mahama etiase. Someone from the Facebook and pamu bia embassy. Is this diplomacy? Is this diplomacy?
Na krono bonus here diplomacy.
There be o se BBC in an embassy no more be see even here foreign other embassies they work foreign countries they want and no matter see but a kwanya will be fast to deal with the issues no what kind of are you sending signal say Ghana your embassy war America omo hono me fraud mapamu mu nyina is that the signal you are sending to the US government?
Let's move on.
Oh
Doc
Minion.
Doc what? Asem bia ni wo doc no until they call him. Ye revoke you hwe into the
there's a enfie num ni. Na me o village me ko doc akra. Na me nya akọ. Me say brand and so fi was say NIB and I say one of those.
Sabre na BNI.
Na bisa say na me de me ne mu ne hwe na no pay oso obi na odi mi aye na referee obo nipa ne din na on pese o na me say ani yen kan of so na o de na pese obi sa me o si da bi o pese o hu me ana o frɛ me to aso saa enen nan me be du ye enkran o se me hu wo he me kire no me office na ono asa bisa me time be na me ba ma be oba na o me nipa miensa yakofo obi o Bank of Ghana no so ehun sem bebe o kasa no obi sem we na me hu se nipa na te se na me say sem bi obi sam ne o ko akire dudu personal o se eno ntini ya ba no Bank of Ghana na ne papa bi so ni CV o tro se ono ne papa afrim ono se omo ko no krom ko hwe ba bi ya yasie papa no investigation say susu ampa se na ya se ne papa afrim hin fa na ofi na yie posters bi den na chese wa free mu ampa ko hwe ba bi a yasie papa no na ye be fa obi as a board member to da ana eya say honorable ka say my president no I lonely very possible say president kura ma mi onim na da possible minister unsi wa hwa only a few and commissions near then president also me boss and ministers in there nti apart from institutional representatives and they say or your government appointee minister ni movie yentumi for being kotrano so keke ye be there's something he must know nti a health minister into me nyedin was asem na M11 so say wo say den ma me no ye hu nia wa ye no odaso ne nam ho I can't believe this.
Yeah, we don't have any information.
Say so obi ko wi a mobile phone anopa ya ye do be kwa akotumo ye do be call cell answer the investigation o entempa do be call court o okay say police ni bi e ko sign na your bodyguard to a deputy minister or koye forgery bi ko sign signature ko yin sika within 3 days here can asema wi or court na kotum mami went to me nante horse akeke so a medical doctor
Ontmen nam horse akeke
oh David asamna mi ebubu maso so na otumi anya kukudro school a wonko oda no akotro say the who school ho yes courses are yes wa akotro course yenya develop ye
osanya 4.0
wa bi pa
gross domestic product GDP there be only GDP 4.0 GDP
now enti susu ampa yes no a host one of the television stations almost then no ye no mo je ne tum so metena ho so me host no o me kire ya ka no o me kire on our health issues I don't know serious than we think say yenche ne dia or say chief of staff and minister and omo amaka nyina ba na o say kama me ya che no ebisu a enye onu nko na yes ade na susu ampa utumi nya kokuduro na na sa ma me obetu atonga na o tra board no so 3 years an kenye o kanie mo betumi aye no because so utumi create certificate any hodia and o ye watwam fraud enti aban moma emrane nini na sabe nipa ya chechi omude omakogum no obi oha na ne boni aye no kura na isua maybe me call bank me see me ko yiska me say signature bank for no say assistant kakra oni me kiki na say madam say nya signature ko aye kura me phone so wo ho o say phone so assistant na me say na ayere wo ha
any o print it
so enti there are a lot of institutions are omo ye omadwuma yie me de we sasem we nko ade health minister na wanye na adwuma yie health minister and wanye na adwuma yie oh yes say otroko ma NIB na CID for say nipa we na ye de omoko hwe institutional head in there enya wo asem ye de na ba om no mayi na ba but say government appointee na akwa say osumasi ye pese ye de ko as government rep on a health insurance board it mo hwe ni se ma omo betumi aye this in less than 3 days.
Dr. Anidali is a graduate from Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine who graduated with honors. One of the few in her class to graduate with a 4.0 GDP and awarded Samarkand Lord the highest honors. So baby. What homody?
Na GDP no tro
Oh, them kind want.
Dem you opani say be boss wa ha.
Who dey can na ya.
Dem say you need GDP o.
E be a baby for this.
Dem we cry try say front.
There be ultimate can say
e be yi na ma.
Tie. Ultimate can say Ghana has say no eye GPA. But when you John Hopkins. John Hopkins near Ghana.
Odim Lagos so opani. Say obi ma course code kura ebe mo say first semester and second semester. Ni man kitikiti bi o ha anke betumi ehun easily
because yeah second semester nyina and do with even
numbers. Ya becho
first semester odd number. It is a bibinti bia say a shift a first semester koya. I just say apply department apply to new school to college to academic board. Azana yama fine ama wa be ye first semester course no o dey about second
open at say level 400 second semester course had the course code na ye 103
anya possible
because I say 4D kind
na na o ndi bibi na anko yie na mo ye dey amiazi ye na ntem
eno no pa betra ha ka kire menua honorable kwabena minta candle say mesre no onye sa asem no mu hwehwe mu because na hwehwe maso.
And he should sit up.
And ya mencha de so wiana na me hu say ya revoke date no de anya hwe yemfa date ne sa de hia ne say ya revoke appointment no
it's the unyaba this unyaba because the revocation date no
na onim say
came before the swearing in
onim say asipen wo man mu obi converting ye parliament e pass no ye kwa akoso ani omo waiting area aka few hours no mo ka je say wo bibinti yentumi so yin asi wo Ghana yanso ani
pa
inti de say bibi koso inti na ma ye hu say wo yentumi ma nkonko ya minister asi wo Ghana inti yenye ye nyuma ye ana hwe say foreign investors no to dey be a confidence om de ye adwuma no inti na me no nkro bi wo ha ye ka say aman bi wo ha ye ka say me no ye mfa ye sika ngo ha e bia ye be suro yentumi nko e bi super ye kwa nke benya eso mfa so inti say embassy no me mabisa bisam and I've read and yes say visa fee and a nipa na fae nipa ye adwuma embassy om do so pa me manya opportunity opani ohene ne okumaze no ye ambassador ohene jekum o hosti ye ho this ho o ye fine somewhere year nam refi 2013 and 2014 or yeah fine pa na ya hwe nipa
2014 and I'll call him DC Washington so I know I catch it the way teacher ni umpa ho
conference ya kwa ya o de wona na ya wonye ohu na ya na hwe nipa dodo a ewo ho aye adwuma na yesi nipa ba ko IT officer visa fee ni de ekọ oman ne ho ya account ekom enye no na mum te say bia DVL ni other places no say ukoya na ebisa say uwi a obeba beji anase yemfa mrew eno na abrantie no ono akoye bibi wasan linking it to embassy no website one ense nkoye eno waye an individual enti wo ba na say obeso ya o mini opanya ajekum o kire ajekum courier services enti ebeji usika na omde abrew oye illegal business an individual visa fee no ankono ho enti we US so de enye ade anka edin bia ye be chi papa yi sika bia ensesen hwe ensesen ko ye odisa adwuma no waye ade ne ye de ko fra omo maka ni nyina edin se ye ya sisu ampa obusuani wo ho ne ye say mo ye sisa mo nyina mo ya kronfo ohun se wa say omo nyina have been called to come back to the country say omo nyina ye so omo mra omam na ba ade mo na sa mo bokro no ne ya pam mo sa mo sa mra dabi eto da ye nya botre edin say ye ya o edin say ye se na be ya wo be opanika o say at the time I can say omo tie no ukose ukosan utia unya omu nyina ko na waka kire omo
ha ukosha ase afiri
enu ni asem no enti se nipa ba ko
obi dia afro ka o ye dru
obi kura tie wie na wafirim
me se obi he de kura kire
o de akwasama
na o ye adwuma we ye nim se na nka o ye adwuma American embassy e wo US na ye se mo na mo ye de wa ba dia se o kan mo nyina mo ya kronfo ukọ kire mi se nti yentu ebu ase kakra
Mate
na enne ebia opani say o we of one sa no ahwe won sa nbia enne wo de yobi echina ebetumi ayewo na kakra ye chichiro man we at that time onim say nkobi so be apply for visa anke benye sika ye tum no
3 days
no within 4 days ye di a new set of people na ekọ ho na say omo na ho na bi bezanko
there be the for quarter
the entire place what happens to institutional memory what are you talking about
I said mobile chrono yes mum refi as institutional memory
an entire
enya me na make am
say mo ha ya adwuma mo yi mo na onim ni abefre no so be bataze no be Wednesday ni ade na e kina say mo nyina mo free ade ade news adwuma no be chance yesen
so bet my ade omo bebe omo no
doc menya about the cost obi send me the cost is here
in repatriating diplomats
travel allowance for a staff $2,500 USD. Travel allowance for each dependent once ultimate and also 2,500 maximum of 4 freight allowance per person 8,850 freight allowance for vehicle 1,500
cedis
dollars
okay
one way tickets $2,500. So the average cost per person we are talking about almost 17,500. 80 staff near 50 and now 20 multiply this on an average crown we spend about 200 to 300,000 just to
bring them back
and now they will enjoy the same services.
It is 17,000 saying
17,550
multiply that by 2.
No, take me 2. The staff, what staff in now? To be a back.
And I say multiply that by 2. So more absolutely. And I say multiply by 2.
Yes. So you need about 600,000 within this short time. No, the cost to us.
Anyway, my fancy as a Rasta I was a man I mean ye lawyer ni mapa what trans ya tro de abreme. Nana ya okese. I hear all the men in government, including those in the security agencies, have served notice that they will not be part of any committee to investigate Dr. and Dali, citing issues of temptations. I don't really understand what that means. Maybe Rasta can help. Lawyer Idi Muhayuddin. I've been born
but Nana, we say, yes, you're between our drop petition, say, my many Yanchinana.
Yeah, trying.
Because I'm a gentleman in the Namwa, Fina Kusi Juada, Behamipa.
One thing I don't like about Ghanaians is, oh, let's forget, she has apologized. She has apologized. What is that? Mame Ajwa and Obisa we say. Some points also pa
Mayor.
Mayor.
I said Okaso Bahane.
And Oniha. Embassies are supposed to be Ghana outside Ghana. So did Ablakwa consult the president? And if he did the president sanction this embarrassment? And is the president happy about this? By the way, the action of the so-called doctor is criminal. She is an imposter. In fact, she can simply be referred to as Akable Miezawa. Who offers champagne? Who offers champagne? No. You. All right. Prof.
Yes, sir.
Pommy.
My poem. But my main chassis, and some nice acronym who may be on chassis, because Nimia doing and shut down your corner, papa.
Oh, I could see private. I said, open his own word.
That dog all can all say, will be, say now, never be of failure, not the papa, or some papa into Omco hair. We met to be with training college or Tim and now on Fanchami. And grandson training college. Yeah, principal near friend CK Nyomi. From da. Say ye be a school. Na ya. Ye be a fiada. Now ba memory da. Ya makwanya. Ya makwanya e fiada no. Oh be come memory da. Oba term one day. Oba yashim. Na satam na OFY. Nti nkofo ko no mo agric master ndo kofu. Udi 4 days. Oh, nkofo bi kobrekum om kai ya hyehyɛ ne man wo soro. Ye de attendance ayin ba na obi 3 days. Ye bi school no odi 3 days. Omo ye yin ne amasi. or become 3 days. Eti me mate Margaret Ajeman ebi o tie me free Kumase. And all can so the Abana mountain would be bare for this and none papa.
E papa Ephraim.
Wow. Eti now almost year now. No wakudie. Tell ya o se da bi o ha na principal na friend say o person on no corner o mo ko jam abusuafo no. Asa grasa mpaya wotu ne kai.
Sure.
Isi ani mo say yam from Margaret Ajuma no.
Grandson to Akodi.
Grandson to Akodi. Till so aso odi agra call be 1 man ye dra kumsa dumase. No say papa so kwa mpo. Ma tra kumsa dumase twa be 5 months. No so catch us ayi principal mpacho. Mami kan say
cannot.
Who na mami kan say. Me papa de wo wuda da. O se na ni tra nye nso kra ni ensie obi ho amunum na nkoko a. Wa kan say. And Australia na say Australia wo de there's a punishment be on the man be. No sad no buy. Nhihwemu. Iti say betra oman mu na ye de adwuma bi hye won sa. Aye say ohwehwemu na wa hwehwemu ya. Na ya nye semantics kakra. Hunu to see and share to look nsunsun hunu aye casual aye passive oh ka bi atwam hunu ka na mi hunu driver ni na man shut down shed driver ni no ene corner ko hwebra
O me share that hwe
me share nti eno ye intent to gather the information. It is a year she bibia a ye de adwene akoso se o hwe ni se ya o besa adane ni se na wa hwe oda ode usika bia hye book mu na wo hwehwe tu bia ha o tim bia kosi na unhu but I want the word in more research if we that's all do any boss one also man hunu try bia also man kwara asa no me o say adenda ho fabra also ma kwaba man hu kan ko hwe ni ye na ja ne awo ye
me refia da so be ka cho say mema de muni ma de hwehwe
it is say ye hwehwe bibia ye nya ho adaje ye kom na ya sa kom ni asa kom na tori because abem prince announce there we them mam ko hwehwe die twato. That's where researchers. It is said, Mammy de I decay. Not so now you not for baby or be a musa,
including TV station no host program or
it's a young shim.
That's right.
Yeah, they're in a box in a year.
That's right.
Now, mammy can be been so. Legon, yeah, hey. So be a PhD. Na oba vibe no. Defense no na uwie na panel no ekose edem no o twen se o mbaba be kan se saying no mo ba no mo say we are happy to announce that you've done well, you've passed. Last sentence be your baby, don't call yourself doctor until you graduate.
Until it's conferred on you.
And it's conferred on you. Until what defended match? Yam congregation be ni graduation be August to ha only nam hosa obi fraud doctor crowd team catch Mr. Wo wada Roma 10 na me graduation enwie we say mrano yam fancy won say say doctor
wa pass bibia nso
wa pass work thesis we Waba viva defense no wa pass bibia external examiners nyina wo ho ya nanso wo ho say wa pass but you say emfanko tu ho say we a doctor
when you say fa kan pose wa san akoye correction nyina wi
why ye bibia wi because ye ma be ejinans ye betumi ama aboso memiansa ye hwe na asem ni 2 weeks and then wo principal supervisor mon sign famra hard copy bibia wo de ko yes say when you doctor me student be a horse and no across from also but the hard copy need be outside no I'm submit you see a chair congregation and I'm say wow
Then call yourself.
kind dey cancel wo enko otradio wini ba enko na enko kan to say me wie prof mum kra na supervisor me a doctor ya bet
Unyanye.
dabi eti ben won say obi enye doctor na also a tourism because geography department almost start here and therapy sa tete no na nka ho bi enti ben won say ya hwehwe mu yi a nya say ya de ani boss on ye yi a nka dipa no betumi afre no ho say oye doctor na wa ye we nyina na abedru omampani asoeye ahonzo obi a hu obi a bisa ho kosan so zaron pen for friend kosan kopim say ebewie ansa na obi ate ho ansa na ga so ya no yesro sa baba no kra onye doctor hey sa de wiase ye na de twato kra no onum say wonya botre edwan tete a ohunu ne mrebo sentete anso o de yewe bia o brebo won soro obi bia ba wanya botre nwa honorable okuja to de no bitie diplomat bia minim hwe kra no o se embassy ho no enye sa visa ayi no nko a na wo embassy ho right entinka wo de yanto sa visa ayi no nko am enkofo nkaye nyina nkra bata nkaye ni nyina enye wo madwuma na ede na enkra bata baako etimma ye to ayi ni nyina mu na ye nibre ni nyina ko wiese tie wonya botre dwatete a ohunu ne nso ne bibia mframba de huhu pade a
Onya.
ne nsanka ana to da bia so we nya botre kakra bi ahwe yi a na mami fancy ho
Prof, why are they?
But even the medium of communication. Communicating sensitive decision.
Yapon so nuane kofi.
Japan
Yapon ni nuane kofi.
Prof,
yes
free 2028 iko no yan hwe ni yempe business people ni yemfa ga na show munsa
So,
yempe won aye business pen omo ate adwuma bi adwuma amanage adwuma ni yemfa ga na show munsa
me hu ba bia wo free ba no, but eno ho asem nya nduru ho.
sebia mpred biasa ni friend ni so obeto bo abawa na na esibi so
Ana kra na bi hye nsem. Doctor, me hu ba bia wo free na o number pa but enya nduru ho. Yes, she can be arrested and prosecuted by the state. She can be charged for perjury since she was sworn in as a member of the board. Alternatively, she could face charges for making a false declaration for office or voting pursuant to Section 248 of Criminal Offences Act 1960 Act 29, or she can face charges for deceiving a public officer pursuant to Section 251 Act 29. On a lighter note, she is the younger sister of Dr. UN or the female version of Dr. UN. Kwampuku CID, number 6, Florida Street, Bantama, Kizai, is it Kumasi? I don't know. Tell Dr. Benjamin Ochirankra that Ghana can't be run as a buy and sell. Why? Emfa na unyai ya chino da. Ibu in secondary. Thanks for the message. Abusia, I don't pay me the mercy. And from Nana Okesi, wait me a friend the Cardinal, Priscilla Boache, and Gideon Edu Boache. Said Nayama would that Mama me gifty Boache and William Gentu. Ulimanana. Ulina send them by. As I would say, your mother, Gifty, and William Gentu. What is William Gentu's association here? We need to establish that because in this era, Dr. Biasemna, William Gentu, Mfa, Gifty, Boache, and William Gentu, money in Jan Hossa. And Peter, more has asked him much na me ba. Mon fan because you see, there might be a say, Muda Hope Pepe. I feel ora Clement Boatin a wo good tap e ma ya ko nyame ya do ma memende e na obepe o ma me krabre e wo kofurudua nyame nka na abusua nyina ho abusua frame na ya kese the cardinal me tena mu e ma Ghana's morning voice chairman general Kwame Sefakan me de radio asum jeja mu nyina akramo.